Okay. Yeah, this is Floyd Corley, the one that had issues with some cows out here by the neighbors here a few weeks ago. Box 16 even come back here and documented the situation on how poor these cows was. And we had a sick cow back here that, I'd been taking care of, feeding it and giving it water because, you know what? Well, I didn't see the owners, but apparently they were out here self-medicating this cow. And apparently had a vet out here taking care of it too. But, it lays in its species for, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever long it was back here. And the vet never picked it up out of it and moved it or whatever. I asked him to move the cow away from our place because you sat out on our front porch and see it. My wife used the front door because she couldn't stand to go on the back porch and hearing that poor cow move. And it's got a calf. It cried all the time, whining all the time. But anyway, I got the police report back on this today, and I'm going to tell you right now, if you ever have an animal abuse thing going on with your neighbors, something in White County, our finest, do not call White County. Because they're full of excuses, more excuses and all kinds of promises. Yep, they don't want to monitor this situation because it's just not their job. We ain't got time to monitor cows. It's just a dead cow with horns, as it was reported by the last one to come out here. But let's go over this report, and I'm going to kind of explain something to you here. This little officer right here, Dale Payne, come out here on September the 12th, and, about 5:59? I had called him out here. It was in the pasture right here behind the house. I'd been feeding it and watering it, and there was something wrong with it, and I told him it had either been snake bit, there it is right there, or something was wrong with it, and I needed somebody out here to look at the cow. Well, instead of going there and looking at the cow, he said, I can't do nothing about it. So he gets my name, social security number, and phone number, and tells me I'll have somebody out here first thing in the morning to take care of that situation. Well, guess what? I ain't seen him yet. So either he lost that part of the paperwork or he had a brain fart or something because it didn't click on the report here, because at the end of the property here it says something about the cows were healthy. Now this here was on the 12th. Now, when Box 16 come out here after he left, well, they must have had some serious diarrhea overnight or during the day or whatever, because they wasn't healthy to them. But anyway, he didn't know anything about the sick cow. He didn't want nothing to do with that. So anyway, they never come out. So then we go on down through here. Toller, I'll get to Toller here in a minute. But I want to get on down here first. White County, I think, is dropping the charges because they have been self-medicating this animal and these, giving these cows shots. And they've had vets looking over this sick cow back here. But, I got disturbed when I seen the report on this thing on the police record. It said this Bynes had been documenting his involvement with this cattle. Well, that's fine. He must have been doing it at night time, because I didn't see him out here during the day doing it. And he had been seeking treatment for the cattle. Now I'm just a poor country boy that went to school at Cabot. But back in the day when I was at Cabot, seeking meant looking. Now, unless they've changed that word over the last 35, 40 years or whatever it was, it meant looking for treatment. So, that's a big question mark right there, whether they actually had a vet. I mean, he just says it right here that he had been documenting his involvement with the cattle and this sick cow back here. But what was more disturbing than that, he was seeking treatment for his cattle from a vet. Well, hell, apparently a vet didn't want to come out here or something. I don't know. But here's the icing on the cake, this one right here. Look over here. Now look right here. Now the cow died. Yeah, the poor cow, dead cow with horns, it died, And they had reported it, and White County did call them. Yeah, they called him about the cow, and they had contracted a backhoe excavation company, I guess that's what it is, to bury the cow. And according to let's get over here where it says Mr. Vines. That's Cody Vines' daddy, I guess, name, I don't know, James, something like that. This excavating company stated, now they stated here, they would be able to bury this cow sometime within the next 48 hours. So, what is confusing about this? Yeah, if you're coming out here with a backhoe or a front end loader to bury a cow, I've missed something over the last 40 years, because when I went to school at Cabot, a backhoe was supposed to dig a hole and put a cow in it or whatever was dead in it. Well, these dudes dragged this cow back here on the ground, poured gasoline all over it and set it on fire. Yeah, I took pictures of the fire, and I got pictures of the smoke after they done it and all that good stuff. They were supposed to be out here this morning, that morning anyway, but they come out that afternoon. I've got that on another video. But anyway, I never seen a backhoe. But they stated a backhoe did this. It's plain and simple on here. They'd contracted one. But anyway, they got tired of waiting and just threw gasoline on it and burned it to death. So, for the next 2 days after that, where they're out here throwing ashes all over the fence, I guess had remains of bones or whatever, and throwing stuff in their truck and taking it off. They done that for 2 days. But it wasn't buried, as they say in this report right here. There's another lie in White County, Hey, we trust y'all. Y'all taking care of your cows. You're self-vaccinating them, and you're looking for a vet. When you got cows down like that, just like this officer up here, Dale Payne, who was supposed to get me somebody here next morning. Somebody been out here next morning, that cow be out walking around with its calf. Now I got a calf out here moving all the time because they can't find its mama. But here we go. Let's just go on down right here. Officer Toler. Well, they become monitored the cow after it did. This guy right here did. He's a real rookie of the year. He comes out here. I tell him I got a dead cow back here. You need to come look at it because I want to file a report because somebody's going to pay for this. Well, he gets mad and away. He slams his notebook down on the hood and said, wait just a minute. So we finally get over there, and you can tell he ain't been around a dead animal because he's got the coughing and gagging. You can hear that. Yeah, it was pretty sad there, And I got to tell him, I said, one of your officers come out here on the 12th and told me that a vet or somebody would be out here the next day to look at this cow, but they never showed up. Well, then he makes this remark to me that, we ain't got time to monitor cows. That ain't our job. Well, that's fine and dandy. But when you get an officer, Hernandez from White County, that gets on Fox 16 Live and says, we know this cow is sick, and we will continue to monitor this situation, and if it gets worse, charges may be filed. Well, again, I went to school at Cabot. When they say monitor that, I assume that means come out here. But apparently when he said we, he meant me, because I was the only one that monitored it. Hell, the damn cow would probably still be back there if I hadn't monitored it, because nobody come out here to check on it until White County told them they had 48 hours to bury the cow. Then they come running out here. So anyway, this is a report that I've got from White County. They're dropping charges on this thing. As of right now, they are. But anyway, people, this is a joke. I mean, these people, they want to let these people get away with this because they don't want to mess with a cow or a horse or a dog. That ain't their job. And that's beside the point. They're supposed to be there for us. And and when they tell us they're going to do something, well, they're under oath. They pretty much, you can count on them. But these jokers up here, don't call White County when it comes to animal cruelty or something like that. Call somebody else, just call somebody else. But anyway, I wanted y'all to see this, and yeah, it's a sad situation, the way the cow had to died. They told me to quit feeding it because they had a vet coming out here to take care of it. And, and this is way after Catherine come out here. Well, yeah, it was dead in 3 days after they told me to quit feeding it because it shook up to nothing because they were self-medicating it with, hell, I don't know what it was, but it must have been some bad shit, that's all I know. But anyway, it was dead, caught on fire, burnt down. I ain't seen a backhoe yet. I had to personally call Humane Society out here. I didn't know their number, who it was, till it was too late. But this dingbat up here, Officer Dale Payne, he was the one that should have took care of that on September 12th. This cow would still be up. But that's beside the point. I just wanted everybody to know about this report because, White County may say this case is closed. It ain't closed by no means. It ain't going to be anytime soon. So, y'all just stay tuned. There's probably going to be a lot more to come because there's a lot more to see when I want to put it on here. So, y'all take care. Don't call White County on an animal abuse deal. It ain't worth your time. Take care, my friends.